Hello YouTube and welcome to this week's weekly vlog and pickups video.
Good morning YouTube. It's Tuesday. I am once again just leaving the Costco filling station. Having put a little bit of petrol in so that I can zip down to Taunton for my day out with Caroline. Very excited. It's a bit of a grey day here. Let's hope we have a nicer day in Taunton. But in fairness, it doesn't rain in charity shops, so it doesn't really matter. Quiet day yesterday sales-wise. Done a couple of bits, but nothing to set the world on fire. I had a return on a pair of shoes from last week. They sadly did not fit the lady. So it's unfortunate that you lose out on your original postage in that case. Nothing you can do about it, it's just the way it is, but at least you don't have to pay for their return postage. At least you didn't do an item not as described, then you get lumbered with the cost of their return postage as well as your own outgoing. Sorry about the white blur, by the way. I've now established that will show when I upload the footage, and there's nothing I can do about it, so you just have to live with it. And also, look at my really red nose, look. Who got caught in the sun again? End up with some kind of horrible nose cancer if I'm not careful. I must remember to put sunblock on my nose. So yeah, I've had a return on some shoes. I've had a couple of small sales yesterday, but nothing very exciting. I've got another 14 listings up this morning about 6 AM. There's nothing quite like trying to photograph a trouser suit at 6 AM when you have no trousery mannequin. Trying to photograph a trouser suit on a coat hanger. It just hung there looking like half a curtain. It's a floral trouser suit as well, which made it look even more slightly curtainy. And then at one point I kind of spread its legs apart to show that it was a trouser suit, and then it just looked obscene. So whether or not it will sell with its obscene photographs, I don't know. But yeah, that's about all there is for now. I've moved a couple of bits over to auction this morning. Oh dear, they're going to squish. You have to slow down or you're going to squish into him, you silly people. Moved a couple of bits over to auction this morning. Sorry, I'm just doing what my mother would call stay well back, dear. They're obviously insane. Some bits that, yeah, just old stock that hasn't sold as my usual modus operandi. If it doesn't shift, I eventually bung it on auction. If it still doesn't shift, I eventually take it to a charity shop or a car boot sale. So, yeah, nothing much to tell, but there should hopefully be some charity shop footage from today in Taunton with the lovely Mrs. M. So I will speak to you later. Bye bye. Good evening YouTube. It's now Tuesday evening. I've had a lovely day in Taunton with Caroline. Picked up a few bits and I thought I would show you what I've got. First up then, I will start down here. I picked up a little bundle of Topsy and Tim books. Sadly they're not the originals, the ones that I remember from school in the 70s. They go for quite a nice little bit of money. But these were all 50p each on 3 for 2. So I've got a nice little bundle of Topsy and Tim there. I should get a few quid for those, hopefully. I bought this Lord of the Rings board game. It was £2, and I kind of hoped it might be worth snuffling, but it seems to go for about a tenner. But it's in very nice condition inside. I picked up 4 chalet school books. Some of the ladies may remember reading the chalet school books. Caroline and I certainly did. We were chatting about them today. They were 75p each. They usually sell well. I got a Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2. It's a rental copy, but I don't think that will matter. A little pile of books here. Now these are all Folio Society books, hardcover books in their slipcases, all except for this one here. This one has no slipcase. They were individually priced in the PDSA shop, and I added them all up and they came to £128. So I said to the chap, feel free to say no, but you know, I've added them, the ones, they come to £128. Would there be any chance of a price for all of them if I bought the lot? And he decided he would accept £80. So I bought all of these for £80. So I win the who spent the most in Taunton between me and Caroline today. But hopefully I should bring in a profit. There's 12 there altogether. What's that? £80 divided by 12 is about £6 something each. I'm sure there's profit in there. It's absolutely sure. I do reasonably well with Folio Society books. And then clothing. This is a brand I'd not heard of, and Caroline hadn't either. It's French. It's Camelleur. I'm not sure if that's an I or an L. I think it's an I. Camelleur. It's 90% cotton and 10% wool. It feels really nice. Red waterfall cardigan. And I bought it just because it was reduced to £2, so I thought I'd give it a shot for £2. This one's Long Tall Sally. That's a pussycat bow blouse. I personally think it's horrible, but hopefully somebody will like it. That was £3.50. These are Orvis. As Caroline said, just certainly get yourself seen coming and wandering around in those. But again, they were reduced to £2, so I thought I'd give those a try. And then the last one, this one's Pomodoro. And as I was saying to Caroline today, I'd never heard of this brand until somebody mentioned it the other day on one of the groups. Caroline said she thinks it was Kirsten Baxter. So Kirsten Baxter, thank you for mentioning it. I paid £5.50. If I don't make money on it, I will retract my thanks and apportion blame instead. But £5.50, I'm pretty sure it's a cotton linen blend. There's no care label, so we weren't sure. But yeah, pretty sure it's a cotton linen blend. So there we go, that's today's pickups. And I suppose I'll get on and do some work now, having had a day off. Speak to you soon. Good morning, YouTube. Sorry, I'm a bit red and flustery because I've just had a sneezing fit. It is a day in the week. It's Thursday. It's 11 AM. I took my daughter to work this morning and I've just done a quick trip of the charity shops in Shire. Nothing, not huge amounts today, but I did get myself a granny trolley. I did own a granny trolley before, and my mother borrowed it, and that was the last I saw of it. And when I said to my mother, I'm very red in the face, sorry, is there any danger of me getting my granny trolley back? And she said, well, if you feel you need it more than I do, which was quite plainly, no, you may not have your granny trolley back. So I'm trying to adjust you so you don't wobble, but you will wobble, I know you will. So yeah, so I've just bought myself a new granny trolley in the charity shop for £5 in a purple floral print, so people will see me coming. Get out of my way and let me get all the bargains. So nothing of any. Oh, I got a sealed pack of Epsom printer ink for £2.80. There's strange prices in this charity shop. They quite often have, £2.80 or £4.60 or something. And I'm not quite sure what their logic is on it. Still £2.80 for sealed ink. I also got a pair of Salomon or Solomon, I can't remember without looking at them, shoes. Now, they make ski gear, Solomon, whoever he is. He makes ski gear. He makes good quality ski gear and there's money in it. And these shoes were £3.60. They don't seem to be... Does one ski in shoes? I don't ski, funnily enough. Those of you who have seen my physique may have realised that I am not a sporting guru. But yeah, I've had a very quick look on my phone and these shoes look like they can bring me in a nice profit off of £3.60. So yeah, not a bad little bit. A couple of old doll books for 30p each that'll all go into bundles. Nothing huge. I also bought an accidental dinner service. I mean, it's not accidentally a dinner service. Whoever made it deliberately made it to be a dinner service, but I accidentally bought it because I liked it. We do not need a new dinner service in our house. We absolutely do not need one. But it's polka dots, and I've been eyeing up polka dot stuff for a while now, and going, I like polka dots. They're cheerful polka dots. So it was £4.99 for 6 bowls, 6 side plates, 6 dinner plates, and they're all brand new. They're all brand new in the packaging. Even if I get home and go, we don't need a dinner service, I should probably sell this on. I can get more than £4.99 for it. So, but yeah, so an odd collection of bits today, and nothing major. And I've still got quite a lot to list left over from the boot sale on Sunday, because I've had such a busy week I haven't got all my listings done yet. And then the bits, I think I've listed the stuff that I picked up when I was out with Caroline Tuesday. Yeah, that's gone on. Oh, I had my first of the stuff that I listed from the boot sale. I had my first sale, and it was the green atmosphere top that I bought for 20p. It was brand new with tags, and you may remember I said I wouldn't normally pick up Primark, but it was 20p and it had its tags on, why not? The original price tag said £8, so I removed the £8 and listed it at £7.99 anyway. I thought, you know, I paid 20p. And yeah, it's the first item that's sold from that particular haul. You're very wobbly. You should lay off the gin. First item I listed, it's the first item that's sold. So £8 return on 20p. I will take that all day long and sing about it. I wish I could get a lot more 20p stuff with the tags on, but though that's a rare price around my neck of the woods. 50p to £1 is much more usual for car boot sale clothing. Sometimes more. 20p. The drawback for me with 20p is when I do find it, it's all tied in a knot on the floor, and I can't kneel down because I've got the knees of a 100,000-year-old woman and a dodgy ankle as well. So even if I do kneel down, I then can't get back up because I can't put any weight on my ankle to get up. I've got a dodgy knee on one leg. Well, I've got two dodgy knees, one leg is dodgier than the other, and a dodgy ankle on the other side. So I haven't got a decent side to rely on. Which means when stuff is in a big heap on the floor, I tend to sort of and go past. If stuff's in a big heap on a table, I'm in seventh heaven. But sorry, I've got the wrong teeth in, I think. As I told you, we went to 2 car boot sales last week, and we're now going to change our usual routine, and we're going to go to the larger one first because it's in a big open field with no shade. So it makes more sense to do that one earlier in the morning before the sun gets high, and then we can go and do the indoor one, the mostly indoor one, later in the day. The side benefit to that is that early in the mornings I have more energy and I'm a little bit more bendy, perhaps. Not first thing in the morning. When I get out of bed first thing in the morning, I'm the least bendy thing in the world. If you tap me with a toffee hammer, I'd snap. But I might be a little bit more flexible to be able to look at the stuff that's on the floor. I'm rambling again, aren't I? In other news, I hit 500 listings for the first time ever yesterday. It might be the day before, I think it was yesterday morning. I have approached 500 several times over the last month. I got to 570, 580, 590, and then buggers buy stuff. They just buy stuff. Like I'm not, you know, like I'm listing stuff to sell or something. They just buy it. So every time I approach the 500, I dip back down again. But I've had such a good listing spree this week that I've gone over the 500 on 522. So yeah, very pleased about that. Having said that, I've had a very, very quiet week's sales, which is really weird, isn't it? I haven't yet hit target. It's Thursday morning and I have not yet hit target for the week. Last week I hit target on day 1. So yeah, there's no pattern to eBay. There's no understanding it. There's no, people talk about algorithms and all the rest of it, but it, you know, it can be up one week, down the next. And obviously the seasonal highs and lows. You expect it to be high in November, reasonable at the beginning of December, and completely dead for the second half of December and the first half of January. You expect that, but throughout the usual, you know, humdrum part of the year, I don't think there's any real pattern to it. I think it can be astonishingly good and astonishingly bad, and there's no point trying to look at why. You just deal with it. Just get on with it. So it's been an interesting week in the reselling community. Ben decided he wasn't going to do any more videos, but then he went part-time at work, and we're all wondering, we're all hoping that will mean that his videos come back. But if it doesn't, I watched his chat. He was on the chat with Nick and Zahir. It's Ben Fitzpatrick I'm talking about, just in case anybody's wondering. He was on the chat with Nick Hills and Zahir Malik, and he was saying one of the reasons his videos take so long is because he really does focus on making a decent production. Now I don't. You may have noticed I burble, I gabble on, I don't edit. Sometimes I start again. If I realise that I've completely talked guff, I start again. Sorry, incoming call. Sorry about that. Incoming call. And then I stopped at the parcel shop. So, I was blethering and rambling, wasn't I, as usual? I was just saying that, yeah, Ben puts a lot of work into his videos. He edits them and makes them look good and works hard and sets everything up nicely, and I tend to not bother. I lay the stuff out of the bed, I chuck it around a bit. You guys, if you watch me, you know, I get some nice comments, and so thank you very much if you enjoy watching me. My channel currently is not monetized, for the simple reason I don't know how to do that, although Caroline's very kindly said that she'll talk me through it. But also because I didn't join YouTube with the idea that, oh look, there's another way to make money. I joined in because I felt like I had gained a lot from watching other people's videos, and I wondered if I might be able to help somebody out by showing them my stuff. I don't know if I've helped anyone or not. I don't know if there's anyone out there who is now a millionaire thanks to me, but if they are, I'd like a gold-plated Rolls Royce, please. Actually, no, that'd be really shit, wouldn't it? Gold-plated Rolls Royce. For starters, you would blind everyone when you were driving along in it. Nobody else would be able to see anything. In the summer, you know, when you drive along in the summer and the sun glints off your gold-plated Rolls Royce, you'd leave carnage wherever you went. And secondly, gold plating is actually quite soft and rubs off easily, so within about a fortnight, your gold-plated Rolls Royce just look rubbish. Rambling again. I am going home. I will unpack the bits I got from the charity shop. I won't bother showing you my dinner service, suffice to say it's spotty and I like it. But I will unpack the bits I got, show you those, and then I think I'm off for lunch. Wiggly wiggly woo! See you in a bit. Bye. Okay then, very quick 2-second haul from this morning. These are the Salomon trainers. Salomon trainers that I found. They were £3.60. The Epsom ink, that set me back £2.80. That's a sealed multi-pack, so that should be good. About 30 quid, I think, usually, but I'll check that one out. 2 Roald Dahl books, Comforter for 50p, and this one is Esmara, which Caroline and I both agreed we keep seeing. It's not a brand that we know where it comes from. It does feel like quality material. That's a stripy maxi dress. It was £1. And this one is Pomodoro again, and that was £1. And that's it. Very quick haul. Good morning, YouTube. It's Friday. It's 10 to 9. Just leaving the parcel shop. Early run today because I am going out with my parents for the day to a model village. I think it's Babacoom, but don't quote me. How many model villages are there? Is the world full of them? Is it a little microcosm model village in every city that I don't know about? Underground world. I have just scraped Target so far for this week. I say it's Friday and I've just scraped Target, so that's a bit pooey, bit poo pants that. But I've done Target, you know, so let's not be too glum. Base Target is done for this week. Base Target pays the bills. Anything extra pays for extras. So yeah, I've done Target for this week, and I've got another 22 listings up this morning from last week's car boot stuff. I am working through the old pile of shame. There are a few bits that need to be listed that need attention. So for example, a pair of shoes that need a good polish before I list them, and there's still that box of clothes. Out of sight, out of mind. And then there's a little box behind me from before my holiday, but I've worked my way through some of that as well. So it's all coming down slowly but surely. I've still got all the bad taste spares. Remember I said I was going to take them down to the kitchen and wash them? Well, I'm still going to do that, I just haven't done it. So all the bad taste spares are still waiting to be listed. I listed all of the Folio Society books that I bought on Tuesday when I was with Caroline, so they're all up. I've listed the bits and bobs that I bought yesterday morning, those are up. Something is vibrating and driving me potty. I don't know what it is. So yeah, nothing much going on really. Very quiet week. Plenty of listings up. I've used up my quota now for this month, and all of the all of the old ones are about to end as well, so I'm going to be into spending money again now, and I'm nearly at the point. I'm on 540 something listings, I think 541, and I think we agreed the point at which it's monetarily worthwhile upgrading your shop is about 7 something. I literally had this conversation with somebody a few days ago and I've forgotten it again already. Used to be about 660 and I think it's now about 770 or something due to the shop price increases. So yeah, I'm approaching the point where it will cost me just as much to stay on the current level and do extra listings as it will to upgrade. So when I get there, that's obviously what I shall do. But I've got some auctions on at the moment as well, not very many, just a few bits of tat that I want to clear out. So if they don't sell on auction and I end up taking them off sale, that'll drop me down a bit further again. So it's, I think I said this before in one of my very early videos, it's storage as well. It's all very well going, well, I'll go up to 7 something and then I'll get a bigger shop. But whatever is that rattling, that's so annoying. But I don't have very much. There's a CD in the door pocket. Don't have very much storage space for 700 and something items, and certainly not to keep going past that. It's a delicate balancing game, eBay. Because again, what's the point of having hundreds and thousands of listings if they don't actually sell? You know, that's not making money. That's not reselling. That's hoarding and pretending you're not hoarding by listing stuff. And so yeah, that's another thing that needs looking at. Is it better to have a very small stock holding but a quick turnover and money coming in? Of course it is. That's got to be better than having a massive stock holding of stuff that doesn't sell. And I know this. I know how selling works. So yeah, it may be time to look at some of, before I do the relists for the stuff that's about to end. I may have to look at it properly and see what can be reduced, what can be sent to auction, what can be cleared through. I didn't do any of that. I normally do this, you know, before I do relists, I normally do a watch of that, but I didn't do it last month because I relisted them while I was away, and because I was doing it from my phone, it just became a lot easier to select all, relist all, than it did to go into the listing manager and start adjusting stuff. So no, touch wood, no returns so far this week. Everything's tickety-boo there. A couple of nice bits of feedback. The lady who bought the 3 little pigs has left good feedback, so that's good. They've arrived, she's happy with those. That's a nice large ticket sale that isn't coming back, that hasn't got any issues, so that's good. And yeah, ticking along, going to the 2-car boot Sunday, weather permitting. So, like I said, you know, if it's raining we'll just go to the usual one, but if it's a fine day then we're going to go to the bigger one, but we'll go early before the sun gets really hot. So I've got to brace myself for 2-car boots. I've had a bad foot. I've had a bad ankle for a very long time. I think I was saying this yesterday. And in all honesty, I've overdone it slightly this week. But with the 2-car boots on Sunday, I did a lot of driving on Monday, and of course it's my accelerator foot, so it's in constant use because I accelerate constantly. That makes me sound like a lunatic. My accelerator foot is in constant use. So don't bother with the brake pedal or the clutch. But yeah, my accelerator foot, a lot of driving Monday, and then a lot of walking with Caroline Tuesday, and by Wednesday my ankle was buggered. But I strapped it up, which does help, give it an extra bit of support, and didn't walk much Wednesday, didn't walk much yesterday, and today it's a bit healthier. So I thought I'd drive to Devon on it. That's about it from me, really. I've got nothing else interesting to report at present, and you probably won't get any filming from the model village because I'll be with my parents, who are they're not into the idea of let's all be on YouTube together. They're absolutely not. So yeah, this will probably be the last you see of me today. Lucky you. Speak to you soon. Bye bye. Good morning, YouTube. It's Sunday. It's 7:48 a.m. and it's boot sale time. It's been raining overnight, but it seems to be looking like a dry day, so the large boot sale may or may not be happening. It's in a field that isn't used the rest of the time, and is very, very bumpy and gets very waterlogged easily, so they generally make a decision on the day about whether it will be going ahead or not. But it has only been raining overnight, and it hasn't been raining solid for several days, so we should be alright, I hope. So the plan today is go to the big boot sale, and then if I have enough energy or money, go to the little boot sale afterwards. So I'm just on my way to pick up my friend. This week has improved massively. Went from being struggling to hit target at all by Thursday afternoon, and I'm on almost target times 3 by Sunday morning. So nothing to complain about there. I have sold the Orient Express cups and saucers that I got last week at the boot sale. I paid 88p for 2 cups and 2 saucers by the time you broke down the bundle price. I have accepted an offer of £40 for the 2 sets. The buyer is in France and has not paid yet. I sent in 2 invoices yesterday with the postage amount on there, and then very, very late last night I sent me a message saying, can you let me know how much the postage is? So I thought, okay, thicko, I'll just reiterate what I've sent you already. So hopefully he'll pay today. And then also yesterday I sold the Littlest Pet Shop bundle. So that was good. You remember I picked that up from a Facebook pickup last week. You may remember. You may not remember. Facebook pickup last week I paid 25, and I put it on high. I knew that Nick Hills managed to get about 100 for his. I put it on at 130. Expecting to be knocked down. The lady came in with an offer at 70. I was like, that's a bit too low. We went back and forth and ended up on 90 plus postage. So for 25 quid invested, I'm very happy with that, and very happy with the quick turnaround. So I'm actually a little bit early for my friend, so I won't beep just yet. I'll just pull up and see if she appears, and if she doesn't appear, then I'll beep in a bit. So yeah, so that was good. Pleased with that. Yeah, so this week has turned around, and it's all looking tickety-boo now. So I'm off to the boot sale today. Nice wad of cash. I got my granny trolley. Can you see my granny trolley in the back seat there? Look, I bought myself a granny trolley at the charity shop on either Thursday or Friday. So the sun is very much in my eyes. I'm like, oh, gargoyle. Yeah, Thursday or Friday I bought that in the charity shop. It was a £5. It's not the first one I've had. There's the radio. Oh my life, I'm losing my marbles. I'm thinking, where can I hear music from? That's the radio. I turned it down but not off. Thicko. What was I saying before I embarrassed myself in front of the world? Granny trolley. I had one before. My mother borrowed it. I think I said this earlier in the blog, didn't I? Did I? I don't know now. Anyway, my mother borrowed it, and so I bought myself another one. She borrowed it, as in you're never going to see that again. So yeah, I bought myself another. It was only a £5, so I'm looking forward to that making life a bit easier today. Although whether it's going to make life easier on a very bumpy field or not, I don't know. But I've got 3 large bags as well. So, and here's my friend. I will speak to you later. Bye bye. Good afternoon, YouTube. 2:45 on Sunday afternoon. 2 car boots done and dusted. I thought I'd show you what I've got. There'll be 2 lots to show you. Complete with Filthy Hound, I think the correct phrase is. There we go. So hello, Filthy Hound. Filthy unimpressed hound. So, starting with the clothes then. I got these Peruna Roma jeans. They're complete with their tag. They would have been £28. And I paid, now I'm going to struggle with prices because I bought so much stuff today. I think I paid £1 for those. £1 whole. I've got 2 of these dresses. These are by a brand called Purplish. There's your label there. And I paid £1.50 each for those. So there's a floral one, just fling it to one side there, and then this one's owl print. They're quite a heavyweight winter fabric, kind of thing that you would wear with leggings and boots in the winter, I think. So hopefully they'll sell nicely. This is just a maxi dress, and I bought it simply because it was really pretty. It's a brand called 2010. It's written out in long script there, 2010, and it's not a brand I've heard of, and I haven't researched it, and it might be worth nothing. But it was a maxi dress and it was pretty colours, so I thought I'd buy that. This is 100% lamb's wool fat face cardigan, and for that I paid the princely sum of 20 pence. 20 pence for lamb's wool fat face. It's child's, but even so, 20p. This is a maxi dress by a brand called Voulez-Vous. Again, not one I've heard of. It was £2. I bought it just because I liked the print, and it's a maxi dress. Maxi dresses seem to do okay. This monsoon jumper is Angora mix with silver bobble trim. I don't know what you call those bobbles. That was £1. And the Oasis dress hiding underneath it there was 50p. Animal flip-flops, they were 50p. A pair of unworn Rocket Dog boots. I've just looked these up. They're called the something Rider. I can't remember. I've only just looked it up and I've forgotten immediately. Anyway, they retail at 65 and they're unworn. A pair of Evans Essence boots, again looking unworn. They were £2. Adidas deck shoes, 50p I think they were. Might have been £1, but I think they were 50p. This mug just struck me as unusual. It's plainly bone china. It's Life's a Hoot designed by Tim Bulmer, Dunoon stoneware made in Scotland. It's an unusual shape and it tickled me, and it was 20p. A bop it for £1. Does work.
Beat bop, 1-on-1.
Yay. A Tip and Sip Kellogg's Cornflakes bowl. That was free. When I got to the second car boot today, the guy who always does the lots of stuff for not very much money was packing up. He'd bunged a load of stuff in bags on the floor and he said everything there is free. So there'll be some more free stuff that I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, that was free. Same guy. These are the Disney on Ice flip top lid cups. They said she not being able to flip it. They open like so. And I got all 4 of those for 50p. Very, very pleased with those. They sell well. 4 lots of Epsom ink. It's not the right ones in there. It is the right inks. It's just the Fox ink is in there, but it's 3 yellows and a pink. So I won't be able to sell it as a multi-pack, but I will split them and sell them, and they were £3. The Cath Kidston hand cream and hand scrub, they were 20 pence each. A little Radley mirror. I don't know if I can... I've tied the bag up. It's a little heart-shaped mirror and it comes in its own bag. That was £1. A little bit of a fail on it because it should have a little slip case and the slip case is missing. And then, look, I've thrown the clothes on top of these poor guys. Zippy and George from Rainbow, paint the whole world with a rainbow, in their dressing gowns. They were £1 each, I think. Yeah, £1 each. This is today's almost fail. This is a Mamas and Papas musical giraffe. Somebody's opened him up and stitched him up very badly, so he's going to need a repair job. But he was 20p. And I got a smaller one from the same range for 20p. He's on the line, he was grubby. There's also a comforter out on the line as well. He's been washed already. This was 20p. This is a parsnip, Mamas and Papas parsnip rabbit. Jingles Battle. 50p for a Mamas and Papas fairy doll. And 20p for a Florence and Fred comforter. And that's the first lot. I'll be back in a second with the next. And then here's the next lot. So, Friends Seen It, 50p. A pair of K by Clark's shoe boots, £2.50. Practically, I think they're unworn, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'd say unworn in box, £2.50. I got really excited when I saw these because they just reminded me so much of my childhood. I really wanted the Cindy house. My parents couldn't afford the Cindy house, and one year they bought me the Cindy bath and toilet, despite the fact that I didn't have the Cindy house to put them in. But yeah, so I've got the hairdryer and the armchair. I paid £8 for the 2, and I'll be lucky to get my money back if I'm honest. There's not a lot of money in them, but I was really pleased when I found them. Never mind. 2 Burger King 2012 coffee mugs. There again, they don't go for much. I paid 50p each. So 4 Filofaxes today. They were 50p each. 3 small ones and an A5 one behind. This tin here is a Body Shop almond hand cream and nail file tin, and that was £1, I think. Might have been 50p. I think it was £1. The videos were free. There was the guy who was saying everything is free now, and so was this book. This is Fashion Illustration for Men. I only picked it up because it was free, but I did think it might have a resale value, you never know. All of the books here, the Harry Potter was 20p, not a first edition sadly. All of the books here, the lady wanted 50p each, and I managed to give her £5 for 6, 12, 13 altogether. So a full set of Wombles, a full set of Moomins, and My Family and Other Animals. Slimming World recipe books here at the front. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in total. I paid 20p for 6 of them. 20p each for 6 of them, so £1 for the first 6. That's not even true. The lady wanted 20p each. I picked up 6, she said gave me £1. So I had £1, so I paid less than 20p each for the first 6. And then the other 3 were from different stalls. 2 were £1 each and 1 was 50p. And, oh, the last thing then is this Perisher's apron. Sorry, it's sitting there in the sun, so you probably can't see it very well. Let's move that across. I grabbed it and I thought, oh, the Perishers, I remember them. Not a lot of resale on there. I might get a few quid on it, but I paid 50p. So, there we go. That's today's car boot buys, complete with Filthy Hound. I don't know where the other Filthy Hound is. He's off being filthy somewhere, I expect. And I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.